everybody. So great to see you all. Sorry, I gotta scroll to the top of the list. The chat's always going for a while before I even get in here. Hello, Nana Laura. Oh, hi, baby girl. Yes, we see you. We see you, sweet pea. Aw, you're so loving. You got Earl over here snacking. He got the dry food today. He's so happy. Hello, C-Rex. Hello, Sir Philip. Ava, I know you're excited. She right away, like the second I started getting ready, she knew. She was like, oh yeah, Mama's gonna go on real soon. Hello, Vina7. Bless you. Oh, bless you, baby girl. Hello, Patrick B. Hello, Spider-Man. You and those pork rinds and Pepsi and ice cream. My goodness. Well, at least you've got a routine that you enjoy. I might have it. I don't have it edited. I'll try to edit it. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I might have it. I don't know, but I will look for you. Hello, Shane. Hi, Sheena Lee. Good to see you. It's been a minute. Hi, Salty Buddha, my love. Hello, Nigel 1701. Yeah, she's quite excited. She just wants her treats. Hello, Jody Gardner. How you doing, sweetie? How's Papa Les doing? Hello, Auntie M. Honey, I promise I'm almost done. Hi, Tiana Miller. Hi, Sobe Liz. Oh, honey. I really hope that works out for you soon. Okay, I'm sorry. If you're not able to find it or get it, just let me know. I'll see if I have it. Oh, I feel that. Hey, sweetie, we're still doing the hellos, so you're not late at all. You got here just in time to see yours. Oh, and I'm getting kisses. You want your treats? And she moves over. All right, but you've got to be gentle. Do you remember what that word means now? Gentle. Gentle. Good girl. Oh, Oh, that's awful. I'm so sorry. Yeah. She says hello back. Oh, she's being so good tonight. All right. Last one. Can I put it over here? Good girl. She loves these darn things. And a little birdie told me she has a couple new flavors coming. Oh my gosh. Thank you all for coming out tonight. I'm so excited. I had a real hard time finding anything to stream today. At the 11th hour, I came across this hearing, and it looks like it might be good. I don't know, though. I did a quick edit, so if it's terrible, I'm sorry. Oh, did you see Earl back there? He was just at his Archangel fountain. My daughter is away at a orientation for her college, and I have to keep sending her pictures of Billy. And Billy broke into her bedroom, like literally broke in. And he was like, his face was so sad and disappointed when she wasn't in her bed. He loves cuddling with her. Yeah, Earl's technically her cat, but Earl's not a cuddler. Billy's the cuddler. She's like, he's like a big doll, and you can cuddle him and hold him just like a doll, and he loves it. Yeah, she ain't wrong. Hi, Chinny. Oh, good, the show can start. Chinny's here. Oh, it's actually quite beautiful. She loves him, and he loves her. That's what's important. And she's not gone forever. I'll have to just take them to see her. That's all. Oh, thank you so much, Sheena Lee. I'm so happy you stopped by. I miss you. Yay! I'm so happy that you love it. That makes me so happy. He won was it the first one? Yeah, the first caption contest. And so he got a night shift with April coffee mug. And it has me and Ava with the night shift logo. And then it's got Earl and Billy on each side of us. All right, so let's go see what Judge Webster has going on tonight, right? It was a 2-part hearing. They had to take a break in the middle because his microphone wasn't working very well. And so they went off camera, and then his attorney had to do something in Judge Ricky's room, and then they came back. So I smooshed it all together, just like I do. Helps if I click the right button. That makes a difference, y'all.
Let's go on the record. We are on the record in the 13th Judicial District, the District Court of Greenwood County, Kansas, case number 2024 FG1, State of Kansas versus Kenneth Dwight Johnson. Please announce appearances.
May it please the court, the state appears by Jill Gillette, County Attorney.
Yeah, please the court. Mr. Johnson appears by Zoom from the courthouse with counsel Mary Ann Shirley.
And we have Caleb Bratton here, I presume as a witness. And I understand we're here on a motion to revoke non-reporting probation that was filed in April. Is that correct, Ms. Gillette?
It is, Your Honor.
And the state may proceed on this motion to revoke.
Your Honor, we'll call Caleb Bratton.
Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God? Okay, I didn't hear you. You need to.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Now I do. You may lower your hands, and Ms. Gillette, you may proceed.
Could you please state your name for the record?
Caleb Bratton.
And how are you currently employed?
I'm a game warden with Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks.
And how long have you been so employed?
About two
Your
and a half
Honor,
years now.
We'll stipulate to that. I've got a hearing with Judge Ricky at 11:30. I'll stipulate to all this.
And I am aware of Mr. Bratton's qualifications as game warden.
Was there a time you were scheduled to meet the defendant in Wichita, Sedgwick County, Kansas?
Yes, ma'am. At the Wichita Regional Office.
And were you returning a gun to him there?
I was.
And what happened when the defendant first arrived there?
When he first arrived, I was in the evidence locker with my captain, getting the gun out of evidence and signing it out.
Okay. When you first started to interact with the defendant, how did that interaction go?
At first, it was fine. We were inside and transferring evidence, and it was after I walked the gun out to his truck that things escalated just a little bit.
And what happened when you walked the gun out to his truck?
After I handed him the gun and he put it in the truck, he pulled his phone out, looked like he was trying to record, and began arguing about the case, and then eventually moved into where the gun was located after I had seized it. Argued about that to the point my captain had to come outside and he had to be informed and requested to leave the property.
Shocker. He didn't start arguing until he made sure he had his phone out to record it.
Okay. And did he leave the property?
He did.
And was he what kind of things was he saying to you guys?
Most of it was just arguing about the case, this case in particular, or past interactions he's had with other game wardens. Called us, or it said something along the lines of, excuse my language, but if you guys want to be cocksuckers, then I can be a cocksucker. And then he was arguing about our evidence policies, where the gun was located. He had called me, I think a couple weeks after I had seized it and wanted to know where it was. I was on a day off and still waking up, and I had told him that it was either still in my truck or had already been put in evidence. I didn't know who I was talking to at the time, but at that time it was still in the evidence locker. It had already been checked in. There's an evidence log to prove that. So he began arguing that day with my captain about our evidence procedures and whether or not we had video cameras on it, then threatened us with a lawsuit. And my captain had told him, you're more than welcome to do that. And if you want to get that policy changed, you're more than welcome to. And then he was informed to leave.
Did you end up running his driving record when you had interactions with him that day?
I did afterwards. Things had escalated and it was better off that he left. So I didn't continue the interaction any further.
Okay. Did you mail him a citation regarding his driver's license?
I did.
Okay. And what was the status of his driver's license?
It was expired at the time of our interaction and at the time that I mailed it.
Your Honor, I'd like to share screen briefly.
Very well.
I have admitted my laptop to share screen. Hang on a second. I got to get over to, have not closed out some of the squares from a hearing ago.
Are you going to present his certified driving record?
I am, Your Honor.
Can you do so without disclosing his confidential information?
I can scroll down to where
The other
it's-
option would be for Missy to temporarily take us out of YouTube. I don't know how hard or easy that would be.
if she wants to temporarily take us off of YouTube. I had it pulled up, but for some reason it closed back out.
Surely you're entitled to an open hearing. Do you want to voice a preference on that?
I don't want his information revealed. And if this is something that she was going to use, she probably should have provided it to me prior to the hearing.
It's customary. Have you sent a copy of that by chance to Miss Shirley?
I don't recall if I have sent it over to Miss Shirley previously. I know I have looked it up on numerous occasions and spoke with her about the fact that he was suspended and had not gotten his license back until after court hearings here.
Believe he was expired.
This is not the first time I have seen Jill Gillette not provide evidence before a hearing to opposing counsel, which is not supposed to happen like that. That's why I say I believe she's overworked. She's the prosecutor on 3 counties and multiple hearings a day. I think she struggles to keep up.
And only by a few days, not suspended.
All right, well, if you'll stipulate to that, that's still a violation of the law, Class B misdemeanor. I get those situations in court every day, and it's unfortunate for the person that lets it expire, but it's still a Class B misdemeanor. Does he stipulate that to that, so she won't even have to bring up the records?
I would prefer to have the records, Your Honor,
All right,
because this is one of those cases where he works out of town and the Elk County office is never open on Fridays, which is a day when he is in fact in Howard, where he lives.
And can I say, and it's only appointment, only by appointment only.
well, it's still your responsibility if you're going to drive to keep your license renewed, and we're not going to get into an argument right now.
I understand.
Your Honor, I'll share screen.
Okay.
And this is the portion that is
This is
the,
plaintiff's exhibit 1 is the certified driving record.
yes, Your Honor, and you can see that his driver's license status is not renewed until 4/10/2024, after the 4/9/2024 hearing where he failed to appear for court here as well.
Now, of course, I cannot tell that that's his license, Miss Shirley. I don't know how to get around that.
Just down here at the bottom, if you.
Okay, it does say Kenneth
Says
Johnson.
his name and it's 8/6/24 to 11/21 a.m. is the most current version of his
All
driving
right.
record.
Well, if there's any doubt, I can always have the county attorney bring it to me.
So, and Deputy, what date did you interact with him for him to pick up his gun?
The 22nd of March.
And what was the date on that exhibit again that it expired?
It would have expired March 21st.
All right. So like Miss Shirley said, one day, but nevertheless, it makes a difference.
He had the day off. He could have done that before he went out there. And Game Warden
I
Bratton,
object to the extraneous statements.
Objection noted, no harm.
and Game Warden Bratton, was that the extent of your communication with the defendant?
Up until the bench warrant was issued, yes.
Okay.
That was the only 2 times I've interacted with him since then.
All right. And then when the bench warrant was issued, were you the one that went and arrested him?
Attempted to find him at the house he was supposedly living at. Attempted to call him. That didn't go well. Went to the house that's on his driver's license, both his expired one and after he renewed it. And turns out that's his parents' house, and his dad got in a little bit of an argument with me. And at that time he had called his mother and told him that he had turned himself into the sheriff's office in Greenwood County.
All right, now, Your Honor, I will pass this witness to the defense.
Ms. Shirley, cross-examination.
So he didn't have to be arrested. He turned himself in.
Yes, as far as I know, whenever I went to go find him at the house on his registered address, he had contacted his parents and said he was turning himself in, and I verified that with the Greenwood County Sheriff's Office, and he did.
Okay. So other than having a 1-day expired license, did he violate anything else?
Not in my interactions with him. No, ma'am. Not that I'm
Thank
aware.
you. Nothing further of this witness.
All right. First of all, any redirect?
No, Your Honor, we'd ask the court to take judicial notice that he failed to appear on April 9th, 2024. His pay or appear hearing, he had not paid. On April 9th, 2024, a bench warrant was issued with $253 cash. He subsequently paid that and tried to have it paid before the revocation hearing that was scheduled April 23rd, 24. But that wasn't the only issue of payment. He also let his driver's license expire. He didn't renew it until after he was arrested. On April 10th. And that he failed to appear on his pay or appear date or pay. So we had asked that his, we'll get to the recommendations in a moment, but he also failed to pay or appear.
Okay, so no, do you have any evidence you want to present, Ms. Shirley, or did you have further?
Just my client's testimony.
All right, Ms. Gillette, you have no further evidence?
I do not, Your Honor.
All right, please call your witness.
Mr. Johnson.
Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. I can't hear you. You're gonna have to get closer to the microphone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, stay close to that microphone.
Please state your full name for the record.
That's Dwight Johnson.
That's
Okay,
all.
you're gonna have to
We're
be
gonna have to do
closer
something about
to the
that
mic.
microphone. I didn't even get his name out of him there.
Sorry, I'm kind of sick. Kenneth Dwight Johnson.
Okay, stay there at that point. We'll be all right.
Okay. Now, we went and entered an appearance and did a plea. Let's see. To a violation. We did that back on March the 13th. You were present for that?
I'm not hearing a word. You're gonna have to stay close to your mic.
Yes.
Okay. Now, and at that time, you were ordered to pay court cost of $108, a booking fee of $45, and a $100 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And did you, in fact, know that that was to be paid by April the 9th at 3:30 p.m. or to appear?
I had the date wrong, wrote down wrong. I had it the following Tuesday.
Okay. Now, when did you, in fact, go take care of that?
I figured I'd pay it a week ahead of time, what I had wrote down. So I was going to call on Tuesday, but I didn't get time to call. So I called Wednesday and talked to one of the district in the court. I was in a district court office, some lady that was doing the payments. She told me that if I pay, she said it was a day late because it was due Tuesday. And I was like, well, do I need to talk to somebody since I'm a day late? She said, no, as long as you pay it today, it'll be good. So I said, okay, how do I pay that? Because I wasn't around with Eureka. And she said that if I got online and paid it, I could pay it online or come up here and pay it or check or money order. So I tried online. It wouldn't let me pay it every time I tried paying it. It kept saying something about redirecting me or something. So I called her back and told her that. And she's like, well, you can pay it by money order or check. So when I got to Howard shortly after, I went to the post office and sent a money order of the amount that was due to the courthouse here in Eureka.
Okay. Now, with regard to your driver's license, when did you realize your driver's license was expired?
I really didn't realize it was due until after, because I actually lost my driver's license and I went and got a new one, and I thought they renewed it when they did that. I didn't know until after that it was actually expired. I thought they renewed it whenever I got the new license, but I guess I didn't realize it did that until after the April 9th part of it.
What action did you take at that time?
I went and took care of it right away immediately. I called them and they were doing it by appointments only. So
Now, where do you work?
I have my own business. I do like just all kinds of just different things like scrap and like land management stuff.
Okay, well, it's my understanding you do most of that out of town.
Yes, a lot of it is.
And during that period of time, were you in or out of Eureka? I'm sorry, out of Elk County.
Yes.
In or out of Elk County?
Yeah, out. A lot of it's out of the county.
Okay. And you documented that on your work records?
Yes.
Okay. So when was the first opportunity you had to be in town when that office was open?
It was the next following week or whatever it was after that, because I think it's like she said, I did it on the 9th. I can't remember. It's been so long ago that when that
Okay.
happened or whatever. As soon as I got back, I took care of it when they could get me in there. Like I said, I had to do it by appointment only. I couldn't just go in there when I got back.
Okay. With regard to, did you at any point intentionally violate the terms and conditions of your probation?
No, I didn't. I was trying to do everything I was supposed to do.
Judge Ricky losing patience. Okay. Other than that violation, you've had no other violations, have you?
No, ma'am.
You paid everything you owed on this case.
Twice.
Okay. I don't have anything further, Your Honor.
Ma'am, can I say something on that? You mentioned that I never got no charge from them when I called them. They said there was no charges there in Sedgwick County.
Yeah, there were no there was no additional charging. He's not been charged with anything.
Okay. All right, Ms. Gillette, do you have any cross-examination? You're muted, Ms. Gillette.
Mr. Johnson, were you in court on March 12th of 2024?
That one was over the Beaver deal. I can't remember. Is that what you're talking about?
You were present when the judge set the payer appear for April 9th, 2023 or 2024, weren't you?
No, it was. I was losing service in and out. I tried explaining that to Miss Shirley.
Okay.
When
But you were in contact with Miss Shirley if you hadn't had your case paid, weren't you?
Yeah.
And
You
you
gotta
knew
stay close there. If someone tries to take this record, they're going to pull their hair out and not be very happy with you or me.
and you knew you had a balance to pay on your case, didn't you? You did not pay that up to April 9th, did you?
The day after.
I'm not hearing. Can you not get any closer? Busy, do we need to have the officer try to do something different, or is it just with the way he's sitting there?
Do you want me to continue? You want to wait, Judge?
No, well, I'd like to get a response from Missy.
Judge, I don't know. I would have to run down there because I don't have any contact with the officer.
All right. Well, I can't help but think, Mr. Johnson, if you get close to the microphone, you stay there and you speak a little bit elevated, we should be able to hear you, because I use that courtroom often and I don't have problems. So let's continue for a little bit and see if we can't get past that hurdle. Go ahead, Ms. Gillette.
And the game warden tried to find you on the night of the 9th, didn't he?
Yeah, he called me and said that he was there. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what he said. Okay, Missy, we're gonna have to stop. Miss Shirley's got the court 5 minutes ago. Miss Shirley, is this thing with Judge Ricky going to take a while?
I sincerely hope not.
Give me your best estimate.
I would think within 15 or 20 minutes, we could be done.
I always equate lawyer time to football time, but
It's a divorce. It's just, we've got to run through the divorce terms.
Miss Gillette, do you think we could reconvene this around 1 o'clock?
Yep, that's fine.
All right. Miss Shirley, 1 o'clock?
That'll be fine.
Missy, do we have time at 1 o'clock? I should have asked that first.
Yeah, we just don't have anything until 1:30, the first appearance
Okay.
stop.
Oh, that's right. Well, let's do it at 1 o'clock and hopefully we'll be done because one way or another, I'm gonna have to stop at 1:30. But I understand Judge Ricky's got a docket too, so that means, Mr. Johnson, you'll need to stay close. Mr. Bratton, what do you have going on? I don't know if I'll need to call you again, but
I can still appear. I was just gonna ask if I was gonna be needed or not. I don't have any plans at 1.
okay.
I don't have any plans to recall him. I think it's just a matter of arguments.
Okay, all right. And this is the guy that was hunting beaver with a firearm and a light
No.
after dark.
It was his cousin shot the beaver and threw it in the back of his truck for disposition.
Okay, so he was convicted of possessing a beaver without a license.
Right.
All right.
His position, but he had a firearm with him and the beaver carcass with him.
Okay. I see what you're saying, yeah. And no cousin in the truck.
No cousin in the truck.
That's why she won't just dismiss it, is because he's got another charge that he had, and I think she probably feels that that justice hasn't been served yet. It goes to a testament of his character, and he then let his license expire, and she's very unhappy about it. Yeah. And that's a huge problem. But I don't know if I don't think that this is the charging of that necessarily, or even really I think this is a completely separate charge. I might be wrong. But oh, thank you. I haven't watched the other ones. I haven't even watched this one. I'm just watching it along with you guys. But yeah, so that's she's angry about the poaching charge. Well, his wasn't.
All right. We'll take this up at 1 o'clock. Thank you all. We'll be in recess. All right, Missy, are we on the record? We are back on the record in the 13th Judicial District, the District Court of Greenwood County, Kansas. We're here on 2024 FG 01, concluding a show cause hearing that was started today about 11 or so, maybe 11:30 at the latest, no, about 11. And all parties appearing as before. I believe, Ms. Shirley, you had finished the cross-examination of your client's testimony. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And Ms. Gillette, did you have any questions of the witness?
Yes, I was in the middle of questioning the witness when we couldn't hear his answers.
All right, and I think Missy did go down and try to correct that microphone situation, so let's see how that works out. You may proceed, and you are still under oath, Mr. Johnson.
Okay.
And I had asked Mr. Johnson if the deputy had contacted him the night of June 9th or of April 9th when he failed to appear for court with the warrant.
Yeah, he called me and I lost service when I was talking to him, and I was on my way back from getting a car, dropping off a car, and I just went into Eureka and took care of it.
Okay. And so you were made aware you missed court by the deputy trying to serve the warrant on you?
I knew before that day because when I called to pay it that Wednesday morning, they told me that it was due Tuesday.
Okay. But he contacted you Tuesday night, didn't he?
No, it was Wednesday night. It was the night that I paid it. I paid it that morning, and he contacted me that night.
Now, you, in dealing with this matter, didn't you contact my office directly multiple times?
What do you mean by your
You
office?
You called my offices in both counties multiple times?
No, I don't think that was on this case. I think that was on the last one. I was trying to figure out what was going on about it. I don't believe it was on this one. Like I said, it's been a while back, but.
And didn't you try to contact other individuals in my life not involved with the court system regarding your cases?
No, I have not.
You didn't show up in Severy to try to talk to someone about your court case?
No, I have not.
Okay. And you didn't call other individuals to try to get a hold of me?
No, I've never tried getting a hold of you besides talking to you on here.
Okay.
I've seen you in public. If that was the case, I would have said something to you in public when I saw you.
Okay. And you were present on 3/12/24 when the judge ordered you to be here on April 9th for a pay or appear at 3:30, weren't you?
Yeah, as I said earlier, I was, but my service was, they said that they kept kicking me out of the Zoom room. It brought me back in, brought me back out. And when I thought I heard the judge say the date, I had the date the week off the following Tuesday. I was just going to put it a week beforehand, but.
You had contact information to get a hold of Ms. Shirley to make sure when your court date was, didn't you?
Yes, I did. It was an accident.
And you agree it's your responsibility to take care of the requirements of non-reporting probation?
Yes.
Okay. And did you fulfill your requirements of the non-reporting probation as ordered?
No, I did to my best of my ability. Like I said,
Did you on time?
What's that?
Did you pay your fees on time?
I paid it to my best of knowledge when I thought I heard the date was.
Did you have it paid by April 9th at 3:30?
No, it was
Objection. That's been answered. Asked and answered.
I haven't heard the answer to it. Let's answer.
And did you show up when you did not pay on April 9th at 3:30?
No.
And when you picked up your gun, was your driver's license expired?
Yes.
And were you traveling on an expired driver's license?
Objection. That's not relevant to this.
It is. It's a law violation.
And he has to be, there's no conviction of anything. And I am objecting.
Conviction.
Does that have to be a conviction or a violation of the law, counsel? I put that out there.
Normally, we don't do these. We don't file these until there's a conviction.
Well, that's because of a number of reasons, but one of them being that they don't want to bring in the officer to testify before he's convicted, but there's no reason why they couldn't. I'm sorry, Mr. Lott, I'm not even giving you a chance to respond.
I do bring in officers, and I often do file motions to revoke on individuals who are charged. And I put the probable cause evidence on through officers even from other jurisdictions, such as bond revocations. And, you know, I have subpoenaed Butler County officers and Wilson County officers to come for even those kind of things.
I'm going to overrule the objection. I think that it is permissible.
Your Honor, I believe I will pass this witness back to his attorney.
I just remembered, because I'm a big dummy head, it's a revocation hearing. So all of this about the poaching the beaver, the gun violation, the license violations, everything, it's about all of it. because he's on probation and this is a revocation hearing. Duh. It's in my, it's even on my caption thumbnail thingy and I totally forgot.
Redirect, Ms. Shirley?
Mr. Johnson,
Yes,
have you
ma'am.
been charged with any offense
I have
since?
not.
Thank you.
I
And have
also
you-
called. I also called Sedgwick County to verify it, and they said the charges were no longer in their system and everything was taken care of.
No charging. Thank you.
Okay.
I have nothing further. It's basically, well, I'll close one after Ms.
All right.
Gillette.
All right, both parties have rested. Ms. Gillette, you have any argument?
Your Honor, we are asking to have him changed over to reporting probation for 6 months. He had the responsibility to be here or pay his costs. He didn't do either. Warrant was issued. He didn't pay until after the warrant, and he was notified of the warrant. The officers started trying to find him and get a hold of him the night of April 9th. He came in, he called here trying to get his warrant lifted from my offices. He ended up having issues with his license when he went to Wichita to pick up the evidence. He has not complied with the way that he needed to comply. We'd ask that he be on reporting probation for the remainder of this, 6 months term starting today.
All right, Ms. Shirley? Any argument?
Well, Your Honor, this was filed less than 30 days from when we entered the plea. The journal entry wasn't filed till I think March 24th, something like that. He called to pay it 1 day late. When he went to pick up his gun, his license had been expired 1 day at that point. And he had made, as he indicated in his testimony, he had attempted, he had gotten a replacement license, assumed it was reinstated at that time, didn't realize it. There was no intent on his part not to do anything. And that basically is why we revoke people for malicious or intentional non-compliance. That's not the case here. This is 1 day late on a payment and 1 day expired on a driver's license. I would ask that he be left on his non-reporting probation for the duration of the time. Everything's paid off. He turned himself in as soon as he knew about the warrant. He came in. He didn't go wandering off and hide. He came in. He had to pay the bond to get out. He had already paid the fines, which was the bond amount. He'd done everything he thought he was supposed to do.
I say something, ma'am.
Between you and your client, if you wish to. Or your
Well,
attorney.
Jill said that he had a
Ms.
warrant.
Gillette?
Or no, I'm just saying. She said that I had a warrant that he tried to contact me Tuesday night, which they never
Who
said anything.
that? Are you talking about Ms. Gillette said
Yeah,
that?
Ms. Gillette said that I tried contacting her office to get the warrant lifted, which I never did that. I never contacted her office to get it lifted. I called to pay the fine Wednesday morning at like 8:30 or 9 o'clock, and they told me that it was due Tuesday. And I asked them right there on the phone. I don't remember the girl I was talking to. It was a younger lady, and she told me that as long as I paid it Wednesday, that it would be taken care of. So she told me to pay it online, and I tried doing it online, but every time I kept doing it, it kept redirecting me back to the main page on the deal. So I called her back and I told her what was going on, and she assumed the reason why it probably wasn't taking it on the payment online was because it was a day after what it was supposed to be paid. So she told me to either pay by check, money order, or come in to the office and pay it. And like I said, I couldn't get to the office in time, so I had a money order. I never even took it from the post office. I had it sent straight from the post office straight to direct to the deal Wednesday morning.
Okay, what deal?
Direct the money order. I got a money order from the post office, and I never took it. It went straight from the post office straight to the district court office, and here in Greenwood County. I never tried to do anything on purpose. I just, my life's busy. I got a lot of kids. I'm just trying to be it. I understand it. You know, I'm not trying to make excuses for what happened, but you know, I did pay it. I paid it twice actually. And mistakes happen. We're all human.
So
So
what date did you actually pay it?
I paid it the day after. It was due Tuesday, the 9th. I paid it.
What day of the month and week is that?
It arrived the, I had it pulled up earlier. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it back up. It arrived on, that payment says 4/15 of 24.
And I explained to her that it was probably going to take a little. I called her and told her that I did a money order, but I told her it's probably going to be mail, so she wasn't going to get it that day. But if you look on the money order that I sent, it should have 4/10. The date that I did it was 4/10 is when I sent the money order out. It wasn't the 15th. It was 4/10 the day after, the morning after that I was supposed to. And like I said, I should have asked, and I should have went and asked when the date was correctly, but I thought I heard it correct, so that's why I didn't ask. But I was going to pay it a week ahead of time. I meant it was just a mistake. And, you know, I wasn't trying not to pay it. I had it full intentions on paying it in time and on the right date.
How'd you figure out you missed the payment or the court date?
That's when I called. I called Wednesday morning to pay because I thought it was due that next following Tuesday. So I called that Wednesday after that. So it'd been a week before. And when I called the lady, she told me it was due yesterday, which that
When
was
you were
Tuesday.
talking about the lady, who do you mean? In the clerk's office or the county attorney's office or my office?
The clerk's office, I think it was, wherever you pay the tickets at here in Greenwood County.
All right. Anything else you want to say?
That's just mainly it. I had no intentions on not doing anything. I mean, if we go back to the officer saying that I was calling him a cock, whatever, the only thing I was getting at was he lied under oath, and he just lied on over here on your court system. But I'm gonna leave it alone because that's not what we're here for. But
Well, did you call him the names he said you did?
I don't remember calling him that. But I did question him. I did record
You don't
him.
remember it, so you could have called him that.
I got a video. We can rewatch the video if we would like. But I don't think I called him that.
Well, do you want to put the video into evidence?
If we need to,
I'd be happy to see it.
it's up. I got the full video, and like I say, that it was all questioning him because he told me my gun was in the back of his truck, like he said 2 weeks after, and then right after he told me that, it wasn't 2 minutes after. He's like, I took it to Wichita, so I asked him.
Miss Shirley, do you want to open the case and let him play the video?
Your Honor, I don't think it's relevant as to whether or not he violated the terms and conditions of the non-reporting probation.
Well, he might say on the video whether or not he drove over her. That would be relevant. But it's your case. I'll let you guys, the two of you decide what you want to present and not present. He said he has it and he'd show it, but you don't.
She definitely does not want her client putting that video into evidence, I bet.
Think it's relevant, so I'll let you two decide between yourselves whether I see it or not. You need a breakout room?
I don't believe it's relevant, Your Honor.
All right, so I think your attorney's saying she doesn't want to show it. All right. Now, Mr. Jones, is there anything else you want to say?
Johnson.
Johnson, I'm sorry.
No, ma'am.
All right, then don't say anything else.
Sorry about that.
Stop and let me talk. This case came to us because the game warden Bratton said that on December 28th, 2023, you were taking, that is killing beaver in violation of the law, and you had 3 counts against you involving violations of wildlife and parks laws and violating the methods of taking wildlife. When we got to court in March 12th, 2024, you and your attorney announced with Ms. Gillette that there was a plea agreement. Pursuant to that agreement, you pled guilty to count 2, taking, that is killing or dealing in wildlife beaver. And the state did dismiss counts 1 and 3. You were sentenced thereafter to 30 days. The sentence was suspended with the fine of $100, court costs of $158, $45 in booking fees, and no prosecution fee. You were granted a 6-month non-reporting probation where you were told you would not have to serve the 30 days if you complied with your non-reporting probation. It only had 2 conditions. Count what? Condition 1 was do not violate any laws of any kind. And condition 2 was have everything paid for by April 9th. If you didn't have everything paid for, you had to appear April 9th at 3:30 p.m. And typically, I can't say I absolutely did this, but typically I let the defendant tell me how soon they can pay, and I grant that as the date that it's due. When we called your case on April 9th, 2024, you had not paid anything, and you owed $253, but you weren't here either. So there was condition number 2 violated, that you failed to pay and you failed to appear by the date given of April 9th, 2024. Now, you've given me lots of excuses and said you didn't mean to violate it, but the bottom line is you didn't have it paid and you weren't here April 9th of 2024. And then there's the other condition was just don't violate any laws. And your attorney argues that I shouldn't use a violation of the law against you unless you were convicted of it. And I don't agree with that. Conviction means there's been a judicial determination. Another judge would have found that you were guilty or not guilty of violating the law. But I don't think there's any reason why I can't hear evidence that you did in fact violate the law, even though you haven't been convicted of it. The testimony makes it clear that even though you weren't convicted, you did drive over in front of Warden Bratton to get your gun, and you drove away. And as a matter of course, you didn't have a valid driver's license at the time. I gave you 2 conditions. You violated them both. So your excuses or reasons are not much different than some I might hear in similar traffic cases, frankly, or misdemeanor cases. Oh, I didn't know my license was expired. I didn't know my license was suspended. Those are not unusual responses, but they're not legal defenses. So I feel like I have no choice but to find that you did violate the 2 conditions, the only 2 conditions that you were given. Now that I find you in violation of your probation, counsel, I'd like to hear your recommendations. Ms. Gillette?
Judge, my recommendation is to put him on 6 months of supervised probation.
And what would that, how would that be helpful to the probation? I'm trying to think of the resources to the probation department. What differently could the probation do to help enforce his probation?
No further law violations. If he has somebody to report into, he knows what he needs to be doing. I just like
you don't violate the law.
No further law violations.
All right, Ms. Shirley, your recommendations for disposition?
My client would have no objection to going to supervised probation. Now, there is also the matter of the payment, the overpayment of funds. I don't know if those have been refunded. If not, they need to be.
Well, I don't show that he has an overpayment. How much did he overpay, do you think?
Judge, he has a $50 cash bond on file. He paid the $253 by money order, but he went in and bonded out on a $250 cash bond, which would be
okay. Is that what you
it'll be refunded at the end of this meeting.
Mhm.
But
Yes,
it all
yes.
depends if he has any other fees for today or for anything else.
He would have satisfied, I believe, the conditions of his bond, and it should be refunded accordingly. Well, I could do a couple of things, Mr. Johnson. I could make you go serve 30 days in the county jail, but I'm not sure that that would be a good use of resources, i.e. taxpayer dollars. I don't know that it would benefit you. It would keep you from being gainfully employed, even though you're self-employed. But I don't see any need for the taxpayers to feed you and house you and clothe you and do your laundry for the next 30 days. I could put you on non-reporting probation. I could leave you on I could leave you on your non-reporting till the 6 months expires if it hasn't already. Or I could, as counsel say, put you on reporting probation.
Can I say something?
If I put you on reporting probation, I don't know that that would keep you from violating the law. It might. Is your license legal now?
Yes.
He got it on April 10th.
Well, as much as I feel there should be consequences to you, Mr. Johnson, and I do feel like there should be consequences, I just have to weigh that against the burden that would be on the court services and the benefit to you and to the community.
Jill Gillette hates this man. Absolutely hates him. She did mention something about him coming to her office unannounced and like trying to get a hold of her outside of the hearings and stuff. So it sounds like she has a personal grudge against him.
Probation is not meant to be a punishment, so to speak. I'm going to order that you be taken into custody and serve the next 12 hours and then be released and returned to non-reporting probation or parole. Because I think you need a consequence, but I don't want to burden you with probation, and I don't want to burden the jail with long-term supervision. So,
Pam, can I say something? I got my kids to watch this evening. And I just want you to know that, my wife works, so she has to work tonight. But I mean, if this is what you want, then
how many children do you have?
I have 5 total, but I have 2 at home that I watch, that I have custody of.
So you don't have custody of the other 3?
No, they're with their mom.
Where does your wife work?
She works at
Where?
Neoto at the nursing home.
What time does she go to work?
She goes to work. I think tonight she has to be there at 6.
How long a drive is it from here to there?
It's about
To
an
your
hour.
home, not to her work.
Oh. Here to back home
Right.
is like 35 minutes.
All right, we'll do it a different way. You report to jail at 8 a.m. in the morning and leave tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
But I just want you to have a consequence. And that's about the only way I can think of to give you the consequence without unnecessarily burdening everyone. All right, that's my order. Don't forget to check in at 8 or your problems are going to get worse. And then I'm going to put you back on 6 months non-reporting probation.
Does that start from today or is that finishing the old?
Nope, that's starting today. 6 months non-reporting. All right, nothing further. You are excused at this time. And I do expect you to be polite and professional to law enforcement, even if you don't agree with them when you deal with them. All right, thank you. Now, I'm going to excuse you ladies and pick up the 1:30. Miss Shirley, I sure hope you get to feeling better soon.
We got the diagnosis this morning. It's COVID.
Oh, wow.
So it will be several days at least. And I already missed the point where they can give you anything for it because I got it Friday. So
you've got to have to suffer through it.
Judge Satterfield also has COVID right now.
you know, I've had 3 shots. It's not but this is a new strain that they have all over Florida.
Is that where you picked it up, was Florida?
Yes.
Well, that wasn't fun.
No, it wasn't. Well, I had 6 good days.
You had fun until you got it. Well, I do
2 days.
seriously hope you get to feeling better soon and that it's a quick
Thank you.
recovery. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Well, that was a fun case of ups and downs and twists and turns and trying to figure out what the heck was going on. Because there was so much going on. But yeah, I really think that there was a personal vendetta going on there with Jill Gillette. She disliked him for reasons beyond this one hearing. Yeah. Yep. Had to bring home some kind of a souvenir from Florida. Might as well be that, right? Well, it's different. I mean, she wasn't using it as an excuse. She was just saying, I got diagnosed with this. And I mean, hey, she showed up to work with it. Oh, Michelle Moreland, turn that message around on yourself. Why, thank you. I have Clayton 304 as well. The I don't know what 3-4 interesting hearings that were in that, but the audio was terrible. I hope I have it corrected enough to make it watchable. But yeah, maybe she really likes beavers. I don't know. Oh yeah. Yeah, she runs 3 counties as the prosecutor, so I'm sure she knows everyone who has any type of a rap sheet. I know. But you need to read it yourself. Because you are an absolute beautiful soul of a person. And I love you so much. See? You make everybody's day better. Hello, Jennifer Lynn. Thank you for coming. Yay. I love new faces. Well, look at you just being a whole wealth of knowledge over there. A lot of things happened because of the fur trade. You're so darn cute. You know that? Just so darn cute. Well, I sure hope so. I love to come on every day if I can. Yeah. It'll get ya. All right. Let me put on Judge Hayes. We all love her.
Boykin, Tazay Boykin.
Your Honor,
We verified that he's bonded out on those charges, so it should be not guilty.
Okay. I'm sorry, he's OTB, so you're entering a not guilty plea in his absence?
No, Your Honor, he's here because he has pending charges where he has prelims tomorrow. So I guess they brought him up on this calendar to see if he wanted to resolve the other one. I had a conversation and advised him that he may want to see how things go tomorrow. But I think it may be that those charges, now that I'm thinking about it, were administratively dismissed. I think I may have seen a note. But
So, okay, let me understand. So this is for an SSD.
so, Your Honor, my assumption would be that if it was for SHD, that he would have resolved the case and that he had fines that he needed to pay.
Okay, so this, let me understand, because there might be two things going on. I have that he has a pending SSD. I also have a current case of 2022 CR 07029 for simple assault, firearms discharge, and reckless conduct. But you just told me that he has a prelim, so he has another charge?
Yes, Your Honor. And I believe
It's from May 25th, 2024. Looks like terrorist threats, firearm discharge, and reckless conduct.
All right, I'm looking for a revocation. Because it's the same stuff, firearms, reckless conduct. He can't let a gun go.
Your Honor, I believe those charges were administratively dismissed,
What charges?
the new ones that are pending. So I initially thought it was a prelim, but
Dismissed by whom?
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
Even if the magistrate court dismissed them, the solicitor can still accuse them.
I understand, Your Honor.
And he got arrested for the same stuff. I mean, I get that you have to advocate for him zealously, Ms. Hahn, but really, he's a reckless person with a gun. That I'm gonna pay attention to.
I understand, Your Honor.
Is he back there?
Your Honor, he's right here.
Bring him out. Let me talk to him.
So, Your Honor, it appears that he did have some charges that were dismissed, but it was, so he has charges from January the 18th of 2022. That was battery, family violence, cruelty to children, and obstruction of an officer. And that looked like that was administratively dismissed. The charges from May 25th, 2024, which is the terrorist threats, firearm discharge, and reckless conduct, those are active charges, and that has not been dismissed.
And these currently of 2022, the assault and firearms discharge, reckless conduct, those are still active.
And that's still active, and that's from June 15th of 2021.
Yeah, Mr. Boykin, I've asked the solicitor's office to revoke whatever bonds you have and keep you in jail because you don't seem to be able to manage this whole firearms thing. And you keep getting arrested for the same stuff. And I just don't trust you out in the public with a firearm if you actually kill somebody. So, Ms. Hahn is going to enter a plea of not guilty for you. If there's a bond, I'm asking that we have a hearing to revoke that bond. And that running around with a firearm is a crazy thing to do. And then to do it once and still have a charge pending and then get arrested for the same thing again means that either Mr. Boykin's not listening or paying attention or learning from his mistakes, or he just don't care. So I want to see significant jail time if there's a plea that I'm going to accept.
I understand, Your Honor.
Let me know who's next or who y'all are ready on next.
Your Honor, we'll go get the next person.
Okay. I'm ready on whoever y'all have now.
Your Honor, they're going to get Mr. Gatson, and this is a probation revocation with Ms. Chang.
Okay. All right, Mr. Gaston, You're before the court on Katy, Georgia versus Quintavious C. Gaston, 2021 CR 07954, petition for revocation of probation. You were before the court for driving under the influence on the 20th day of February 2024, sentenced to 12 months on probation. Your sentence was not told, and you have 6 months and 3 days remaining on probation. Raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can put your hand down. So you're before the court for violation of criminal law, possession of a firearm by a felon, and first offender, possession of a firearm or a weapon during the commission of a crime, theft by receiving stolen property, seatbelt violation on or about July 25th, 2024, failure to avoid injurious and vicious habits. You failed to avoid injurious and vicious habits by testing positive for amphetamines on June 6th and July 9th of 2024. You failed to report on May 30th, July 2nd, July 25th of 2024. You last reported on July 9th of 2024. You failed to document a clinical evaluation. You failed to document proof of completing a DUI, alcohol, or risk reduction program. You failed to document proof of completing 40 hours of community service. You're $1,080 in arrears. What's going on?
Your Honor, so first we'll stipulate and agree to the technical violations only, but Mr. Gaston so he says that he started community service. He said he's been able to complete 12 hours so far, but he hasn't provided proof to Ms. Chang. I told him that it was on him to provide those hours and in order to get credit for them, but he still had the 6 months left. He said that he was unable to complete the other requirements because of the costs associated with them. He says that he's been having trouble getting employment because of what's on his background. And then as far as not reporting, there was one period where he had been arrested, but before that, he said that he missed, I think, the May reporting date. And then it came in the next day, and he said that he did speak to Ms. Chang that day. But won't comment on the new charges, but as far as some of the technical violations, those are the reasons that he and I discussed.
Mr. Gaston, what's going on, sir? The drugs, the amphetamines, you know you're on probation, and you still using?
No, I'm prescribed oxycodone, but amphetamine, I don't know. Like I went to the doctor one day and she prescribed me. Well, I took a pill that she had gave me for she was saying I had ADHD or something. But she was saying that would help me. She only gave me one pill. I was thinking it was an Adderall. She was saying it started with a D. But Officer Chain was telling me to provide it, but it wasn't nothing I can give her because she only took one pill that day.
I just don't believe him that his doctor just gave him one pill without a prescription. That doesn't pass the sniff test.
To see would it work. But I never took them again. I never test positive for it again. It's only took it one time.
Okay. Ms. Chang, what's your recommendation?
Good morning, Your Honor. Probation recommends that 90 days be revoked, credit since July 26th, and suspend the balance, close the case.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
Your Honor, Mr. Gaston is asking for 30 days to suspend the balance and close the case in light of the fact that he has completed or at least attempted to complete some of the requirements. It's not a case where he's just, completely skirted the court and not done anything. He says that he's been making efforts.
How old is he?
What are you?
Yeah.
How old is he?
28.
Does he have a bond on the new arrest stuff?
Your Honor, I believe he says that he wasn't given a bond at the prelim, right? And then,
She said
at the
no.
first appearance, but at prelim, he's expecting that he might get one.
Did he say he's 2 and 8 years old? How old are you? 2 and 8? I've never heard it said like that.
They say like when you on probation, they don't allow a bond. So when you go back for prelim, you get a bond. I know I can't discuss that case with this court.
All right, I think I'm gonna stick with probation's recommendation. It is rare for Miss Chang to go this high. There's some stuff that she's factoring into it that I'm probably not aware of, but it makes sense. So defendant shall have 90 days revoked, receive credit since the date of lockup. After service of 90 days in the Clayton County Jail, this case shall be suspended and closed. All right, Mr. Gaston can go back with the sheriff's office.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have this morning. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Chang. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next to me.
All right, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
No.
All right, you can put your hand down. Raven Nakia Jones, you're before the court on 2022 CR 07566 for no license and speeding 26 to 30 miles per hour over the limit. Ms. Hahn is representing you. Ms. Hahn, what is your client plea to the offenses before the court?
Guilty to counts 1 and 2, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Jones, how old are you?
24.
All right. By entering a plea of guilty to counts 1 and 2, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or a judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, ma'am?
No.
All right. Factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, ma'am. On July the 6th, 2022, officers were on, we're doing traffic enforcement in the area of Highway 138 when they observed a vehicle traveling at a rate of speed 70 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone. Officers initiated traffic stop, identified the driver to be Miss Raven Jones. During the course of the encounter, officers determined that she did not have a Georgia driver's license, had been living in Georgia for 1 year. Officers ultimately placed her on arrest for the same. This all occurred here in Clayton County. State's recommendation to count 1 is 12 months to serve, 30 days. The balance is to be suspended on no new offenses. Count 2 is the same to run concurrent to count 1. It's my understanding that Ms. Jones is being held on another charge and has been in custody since June of 2024 and has active holds.
All right. So, Ms. Jones,
Yes, ma'am.
you out here wilding. You got active holds, you got cases pending. At 24, you doing too much.
Yes, ma'am.
What you want your life to look like in 5 years? You going to be looking at the walls of a penitentiary cell, or would you like to be free and doing something productive?
I would like to be free and doing something productive.
Okay, well then you got to point your life in that direction. You just out here wilding. Who drives with no license and then speeds? You already know you have no license. Why would you speed and attract the attention of a police officer? That's just dumb.
Can I talk?
Yeah, let's have a conversation because I'm interested in where you going in life. Let's see if we can't change this trajectory.
Okay, so I didn't have a Georgia license. I had a South Carolina license.
What part of South Carolina?
Webster.
Charleston or like Mount Pleasant or Onondaga?
Charleston.
Okay, so you from Charleston.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. My mama is in Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
So I know what I'm talking about when I say Onondaga. Nobody don't know about Onondaga.
I don't know about that.
You don't know about it. Down Highway 17? All right. Yeah, she from Charleston. All right. So what you trying to do with your life? Why are we doing so much?
I make wrong decisions sometimes.
Okay, but you're 24 now. So when I make wrong decisions, when you're like 16, 17, 18, people might make excuses for that. People might say, oh, well, she's just a kid. But at 24, they expect you to start making grown-up decisions. And so when you make a decision, instead of just thinking about what it feels like right now or what it's going to get you right now, you got to think about what it's going to look like in 1 to 5 years. And that's felony time. So I'm putting it in time that you can hear. 1 to 5 years is what you're looking at. And so if the action you take is going to end you up in a jail cell for 1 to 5 years, or in the next 1 to 5 years, you can be completing a trade course. You can get your own business started. You could work for somebody else doing something that you like. You can, have a home. Travel if you want to do that, work on, whatever your little artistic side hustle is. Cause y'all kids are this new group of people, y'all do everything, but you can't do it from inside a prison cell.
Yeah.
So take this time to start thinking about what it is you want your life to look like. And you can't keep making these same decisions and have it look like freedom.
Right.
Okay? All right. So I'm going to accept your plea of guilty to counts 1 and 2, 12 months to serve 30 days. Credit since date of lockup, balance will be suspended as long as you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia. Count 2 is the same and will run concurrent with count 1. Okay? All right, just think. I want you to start thinking. We expect your brain's not even developed. And I'm not saying that from a insulting point. That's a scientific fact. Like your brain is continuing to develop into your 20s. But once you get to 24, 25, you got to start thinking about those things that are going to make an impact on your life going forward. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. And I'm not one of those people to say everybody's got to go to college. I'm not, because I think that there's businesses and opportunities out here for people who don't go to college, and that's just fine. But you got to find your place, your thing. Okay. And running around from jailhouse to jailhouse, that's not a thing. Okay. You're better than that.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. You can go back with the sheriff's office.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, Ms. Himes, since this is your
You wildin'. That's just dumb. I love her. Oh my gosh. Hello, Brian Boggs. Yes. Oh. Yeah, I've seen similar situations. I saw her and Judge Satterfield get into it. She got real smart with Judge Satterfield. And she was even using the so Zoom has where you can like send up emoji icon kind of things. And Jill kept pushing the thumbs up repeatedly. And people thought that I put that like into the editing of the video. No. That was Jill Gillette giving sass. Hello, by the way, Chris Van Allen. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, everything is wildin'. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, Judge Hayes is always on point. Always on point. I love how she calls people out. And she tells them, you're better than this. Like, it's a theme with her. And she's not wrong. If you want to look at someone and tell them, you're perfect the way you are doing that person a huge disservice. Because the truth of it is, we all could be better. Every one of us. We got things we can improve on. Nobody's perfect. That is so cool. I love that. You can thank Auntie M and my graphic designer, Sam, for the color choices. They had full control. All I did was say, I love it. The only way that I am perfect is like this. It is a plasma globe. So I showed it one day. Give me just a moment. I will be right back. I will be right back. I'm still here. I love this thing. I've had it since I was a teenager. And I absolutely love it. Give me 1 second to plug it in. They have them in science museums. Okay. Okay. So what this is it's called a plasma globe. Sometimes they're round balls, sometimes they're different shapes, but it's electricity that, I don't know, you control. Wherever you touch, the electricity goes to your fingers and it kind of diverts it from the glass. I love it. I love it so much. And you can, if you take a fluorescent light bulb and you hold the plasma globe and hold someone's hand and then they hold the light bulb will light up because there's actual legitimate transfer of energy. So that's what that is. They're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. Hello, Irish. Iris in Texas. But for some reason, you always put that H in there. Sort of. I just finished, but I'm so happy you're here. It's been so long. Yes, we all miss you. Oh, yes. Yeah, it's like the cattails. Hi, Arnie Brett, sweetie. I'm so happy you made it. I'm just finishing up, love. Well, thank you for asking about it. I love it. The very first day that I put it up, I put it up the same day that I hung my thin blue line, thin red line flag. I had to dig it out, and it fits. I love it. And when Ava's right here, when she pops up, she's got a big old question mark above her head, which belongs there. If you know Ava, it belongs there. Yeah, just go online and just search for plasma globe. They're not really that expensive. And like I said, I've had this one since I was a teenager, and I'm far from a teenager. So it's lasted quite a bit. I don't know. I've never investigated it so much like that. I'm just happy you made it here at all. I love you. I really do. I love you, and I miss you. For those who don't know, Iris in Texas was like in the OG crew fam. Just like Brian Boggs and Auntie M. They've been here since day one. And Michelle Moreland. Hello, CE. How you doing, sweetheart? Hey, that's a fantastic idea. Last night, we stayed up playing Farkle until, well, it was like 2:30, 3 o'clock my time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you've been around. You've been around for a hot minute, too. Blessed. That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling blessed. Yep. Oh, I didn't know Papa Les until the Uno game night, but I know you. You guys are all so wonderful and so special. I'm so grateful to have you all in my life. I did say hi to you, but I'll do it again. Welcome, and thank you for coming. I remember when I got mad at Mortimer. I can't remember what he called me. Something like, oh, what did you say? You called me judgy on a case one time. And I was like, I'm not judgy, because it was over a joke that I made. And I was like, I was so mad at you. It was when I first started streaming. You were the first person to call me judgy. Uh-oh. Auntie M has us all hostage, guys. It's okay. You might have been joking too, but I was new to streaming, and so I was sensitive. You hurt my little streamer feelings. And now I just don't have any. You guys are so great. Thank you so much. Yes, definitely pop over to the Discord. Oh, Thank you. You're amazing. I had to learn sometime. Good night, Patrick B. Thank you for coming. Yes, the Insomniac chat on Discord is so much fun. And then there's 3 game rooms to choose from. You can choose whether you want to be in Billy's room, Earl's room, or you can go in the law library, which you don't have to talk. So for those who want to just play games and be quiet. What did you do to yourself? Billy has an objection. Where are you? There you are. Hi. Oh, did I put the lamp on your jump spot? I'm so sorry. Let me move that. Come on. There you go. Here you go. Ouch. That does not sound like fun. Not at all. I really hope that you get better. Yeah, that's this one right here. Yeah. He is full of objections. My baby. Baby Billy. You should look at the camera. You should show everybody your cute face. C-Rex calls him Mr. Tux. Oh, I'm so sorry. But you're welcome to come here and hang out all the time. And we'll keep you company until you're better. Any idea on the prognosis, how long you're going to be laid up for? Oh, absolutely. They're also the most cranky. And he sits on my keyboard, like on my keyboard, and he pushes buttons. I was talking to Joey Bag of Donuts on Discord. We were talking in direct messages. And Billy decided to type +6 +6 +6 +6 like 20 times. And it wouldn't have been so bad. It'd have been one message. But no, he hit enter after every +6. And so poor Salty Boo, or poor Joey Bag of Donuts' phone was like ding, 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 ding. So you're looking at like a 6 to 8 weeker, huh? Oh, I saw the 12 on the succometer, and for a second I was like, oh no, I hope it's not 12 weeks. Hey, if you're gonna do it right, right? Oh, my cats have hit the eject button. That's why I had to switch mice. Because if they hit the eject button on the editing computer, no big deal. They hit eject on this, kicks me off. Yeah, I'll get a black screen for like 3 minutes. Well, I definitely send you my best. I really hope you feel better soon. And like I said, just come here. Come hang out in the Discord too. There's always someone to keep you company when you're not sleeping it off. All right, guys. Thank you all so much. God, I had a great night tonight. I just love you guys. You make everything all better all the time. My hair is like doing some funky stuff. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I got to do my ending and I can't look like this because I got to put it on the replay crew videos. Yes, we have lots of stuff. Farkle is the best, especially now that they made it so you can steal rolls from each other. So, like, if I roll 1,000 points and then I decide I'm done and I bank it, the next person after me has the opportunity to steal my roll and continue rolling. And that can either work out very well or very bad. It's a dice game with 6 dice. 6 die, however you say it. And it's kind of like Yahtzee type combos that you're trying to get, but it's points differently. So for instance, you get 3 2s is 200, like 3 5s. What was it? 3 5s is, it's not 500. It's like 1,000, I think. But yeah, right? You can just jump in and play and we'll walk you through it because you can see each other's rolls. I mean, it's not like a secret or anything, but you save. You have to get like a 1 or 5 in every roll or some type of combo. And if you don't, then that's called a farkle and that ends your turn. Oh, it is 500. Okay. Oh, see, Army Brat knows. See, I loved Phase 10. That was a fun one. And we don't have Phase 10 on there. But I really liked that game. And for some reason, Farkle kind of sort of reminds me of Phase 10. But it's not. It's really not. It's like, but like the dice version. It's fun. It's really fun. Yes. And then you get to save it. Auntie M absolutely hates 5s. 5s are only worth 50 points. She hates them. She thinks they're a waste. Good night, C-Rex. I love you. Get some good sleep, sweetie. I will talk to you in the morning. Any of the voice channels, because it's a separate link. So you're in the voice channel chat, but your screen is on a different screen. Auntie M and Sir Philip, they set up the board and then put a link in the chat in Discord, and then you just click on the link and it takes you to the game board. The only problem is other people can't view it. So like you can't be a spectator, but you can be in the voice chat. So other people can be doing other things in the voice chat in the game room and still be together and still be playing, but they can't see the Farkle board. Yeah, Billy's Games is usually the most popular one. No doubt. Are you happy? What's up, girl? You want to say goodnight with me again? You seem to really enjoy that. Come on up. Well, yeah, but yeah, that's true. I guess that it uses a lot of data and then it gets sometimes kind of scratchy. It just depends. I don't know. What am I saying? You guys are the pros. Come on up. Come on. All right, guys. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.